there's a subtle, often invisible stream running beneath the surface of every moment in our lives. Something like an unseen thread weaving all our experiences together into a larger, more significant tapestry that we rarely notice when we're caught up in the noise and bustle of day-to-day existence. Most of us live with a sense of randomness, believing life is a chaotic collection of unrelated events, the unexpected failures, the abrupt endings, the startling losses, the moments that leave us bewildered and asking why things didn't go as planned. Yet deep down, sometimes in the quiet after the storm, sometimes in the slow dawning of insight long after the fact, we begin to sense that those moments aren't random after all. We start to feel as if some invisible hand has been leading us all along, crafting our journey with precision and purpose, even when the way was obscure and difficult. Perhaps it was the job that slipped away just when you felt stability was within your grasp, or the relationship that ended when you least expected it, leaving you shattered and rethinking all you once believed. Yet, as time unfolds and you look back, you realize those very losses and detours were not cruel accidents, but essential turning points that led you towards something greater, something more honest and connected with who you truly are. This is the core of the belief that nothing is random. It's the realization that every person, every event, every twist and turn in your life is part of a meaningful design. A design that may be invisible now, but will reveal itself in ways that make the struggles and triumphs of your journey feel less like chance and more like deliberate steps in a grander story that is yours to live and understand. Looking back on the events of our lives is often like stepping back from a large, complex puzzle and suddenly beginning to understand how the parts fit together in ways that were utterly unseen in the moment. When we are in the heart of struggle or uncertainty, it's impossible to comprehend how what appears like chaos or failure is actually a necessary component of a greater pattern of growth and transformation. We feel lost, detached, overwhelmed by setbacks, and it appears as if nothing is falling into place. But hindsight affords us a unique gift, the ability to understand that what we originally characterized as bad luck or random misfortune was often a profound form of instruction. It's in this backward gaze that we start to understand how the difficult chapters, the painful separations, and the unanticipated difficulties were, in fact, the very forces forming us into the persons we are becoming. It's as if life patiently waited until we were ready to understand the truth. That every closed door wasn't rejection but a redirection. Every heartbreak wasn't the end but a painful pruning that prepared us for healthier growth. And every delay wasn't punishment but a necessary season of preparation. Consider how many times an apparently trivial decision, turning down a job, relocating to a different place, leaving a relationship, later showed itself as the impetus for profound personal transformation or an opportunity we could never have anticipated. Life's so-called coincidences become moments of divine timing, and our experiences begin to read less like a random scattering of disconnected occurrences and more like a finely designed novel where every plot twist has significance. The trick lies in trusting this process, especially when immediate insight eludes us. When we move from questioning, "Why is this happening to me?" to "What is this experience trying to teach me?" or "How is this moment shaping my future self?" we open ourselves to experiencing life through the prism of meaningful connection rather than meaningless chance. This change transforms how we relate to our history and present, helping us to recognize the unseen threads of purpose woven through even the darkest moments. Pain and disruption, however difficult and frequently excruciating in the moment, store within them fundamental lessons that are impossible to grasp from joy or ease alone. We are trained to avoid suffering, to run from discomfort, and to reject change But what if the very experiences that feel like obstacles are actually the universe's method of awakening us up to realities we would otherwise ignore? In the agony of a broken relationship, we are asked to rediscover ourselves, to learn the contours of our own hearts and the boundaries we must create to preserve our well-being. In the loss of a job, we are forced to confront what genuinely fulfills us beyond titles and wages, frequently opening doors to careers or passions that align with our deepest beliefs. When life feels like it is falling apart, the discomfort is often the essential rupture, setting us free from illusions and false narratives we've been living by, clearing room for transformation and growth that would be impossible without that upheaval. Pain is not a punishment, it is information. A notice that something vital requires our attention, healing, or a new direction. The moments when everything feels like it's breaking down are typically the moments when we are being broken open to something higher, something more real and aligned with our authentic selves. Disruption takes us out of autopilot and welcomes us into presence, into thought, and into courage. The courage to face uncertainty, to let go of what no longer serves us, and to trust that what's coming will be better suited to the person we are becoming. The insight to perceive pain as a journey rather than a dead end is not easy, but it is the entryway to tremendous resilience and progress. When you learn to live by the idea that nothing is random, pain becomes part of your tale not as an opponent, but as a necessary teacher and catalyst for the evolution of your soul. Perhaps the most demanding yet transformational activity we can undertake is learning to trust the invisible road ahead of us, to move forward when the destination is buried in fog, when clarity feels like a distant luxury, and when the answers we desire stay out of grasp. Trusting without complete understanding is not about blind faith. It is a tremendous act of courage and intelligence that allows us to abandon the illusion of control and expose ourselves to the possibility that life is working for us even when it doesn't feel that way. When you come to believe that nothing is random, you start to regard every closed door, every missed opportunity, every delay not as failure or disaster, but as part of a divine dance that's bringing you toward your best good. This trust affects your relationship with waiting, silence, and uncertainty. It becomes a space of fertile possibility rather than a location of fear or irritation. The path becomes less about imposing outcomes and more about embracing the process, submitting to the unfolding of your story with patience and grace. You recognize that life's timing is not your enemy, but your ally orchestrating events that develop your strength, expand your intelligence, and refine your character so that when the next chance arrives, you are ready to meet it completely equipped. This type of trust is not passive. It is active engagement with life's mystery, a determination to keep going forward with an open heart and clear eyes, even when the road seems uncertain. It requires humility to recognize that we don't have all the answers, and faith to hope that the solutions will arrive in the perfect time. This is the dance of living with purpose, a dance between surrender and effort, mystery and clarity, darkness and light, knowing that everything that happens is part of a vast, purposeful design that is greater than our individual understanding, yet intimately connected to the unfolding of our unique journey. And now in this very moment, as you stand amidst the currents of your life with all its unanswered questions, uncertainties, and ongoing challenges, allow yourself to rest in the profound truth that your life is not a series of random events, but a sacred narrative unfolding with intention and care. Every difficulty you have faced, every loss you have endured, every unexpected turn you have experienced is part of the exquisite brushstroke painting the masterpiece of who you are becoming. Even when the road seems unclear or the reasons stay hidden, trust that your tale is being written with purpose and meaning much beyond what your current eyes can see. This concept doesn't remove suffering or struggle. It honors them as integral components of growth, as vital chapters that have created your strength, compassion, and knowledge. Your past was never squandered, your present is not accidental, and your future is already being formed by the unseen forces that move within the fabric of your existence, guiding you toward the fulfillment of your deepest potential. So keep going with confidence. Keep opening your heart to the lessons contained in every encounter, and keep trusting that everything, truly everything, is happening for a reason. In this way, you convert from a passive viewer of life's unpredictability into an active participant in a story of meaning, growth, and unfolding grace, totally alive to the beautiful, enigmatic, and intentional masterpiece that is your life.